There's a whole load of gas cans here. All empty. That's a shame. But I'll take one with me. I may be able to fill it up somewhere. I don't know what this thing is called, but Steve has used it to drill deep holes in stone. It's big, heavy, and makes a terrible noise. Tim Taylor would say, a real man's toy. It has a gas motor, but the gauge says the tank's empty. Is this the stuff Greg wanted to use to clean the facade? It's an industrial cleaner. I've only seen as many warning notices as this on bottles of acid. I'll take it. And the brush as well. There sure is enough cleaning to do around here. What have we here? More mail. A letter from Murray? What does that creep want again? We will charge £100 a day for as long as the hotel key has not been returned. A bill for over £500 for 5 days? What, was I staying at the Uillow-Crig Hilton? I think this is one of the stand-in stones Victoria mentioned. They should point to the entrance, but where and how? Maybe the layout of the menhirs is important. I'll note it down on my map. I'll lay a piece of paper on the map and use it to note down all the important information. I think this is one of the stand-in stones Victoria mentioned. I'll mark the position of this menhir with a cross. I've now drawn in 3 menhirs. That's the 4th one. A statue. Is that the White Lady? Oh God, I see her everywhere. Wow, Wow, this cleaner is really powerful. It's even removing the marble. That was painted to look like marble. The statue's actually made of, I bet it's some sort of local stone. Granite, maybe. I should have thought of that earlier. The statue is made out of the same stone as the other menhirs. And someone, at some point, carved a statue out of it. I have plotted 5 menhirs. I'm still missing one. Yes, of course. They built the castle around a menhir. They probably carved the foundation stone directly out of the menhir when it had to be hidden. I'll mark it on my map. I've marked off all 6 menhirs. We'll see what I can find out with this. A link to the church passes through a site of a menhir. Maybe there's a portal there. I could ask the priest about it. A line from the menhir to the gateway ends in the middle of the woods. It's gonna be fun trying to find the right place. But I think the way to the crossroads in the woods does lead in the right direction. I don't really want to roam around the woods until I've been to all the other places on my map. Strange. So a line from the foundation stone through a menhir ends up at the hotel. There's absolutely no way I can imagine a portal being there. Maybe in the vicinity of the hotel. If you draw a line from the foundation stone through the site of the standing stone, you end up right by the academy. Even if I know that there's a portal buried under all this rubble, I'd never get to it. No one would. So, the line from the foundation stone through the greenhouse ends near a swamp. I ought to check the place out. I'll make a note that I've checked out the academy. The pane of glass is loose. I'll take it with me. Hello, Father.
Welcome back, Adrian.
Miss Antolini, Victoria's nurse, what do you know about her?
She was sent by the diocese. They have very well-trained nursing staff, competent and trustworthy.
You didn't know her personally?
I know the manageress of the diocese, Mrs. Puft. She's the wife of the brother of the mayoress, Mrs. Puft, her sister-in-law.
Yeah, but you've never met Miss Antolini.
I saw her a couple of times when I visited Lady Victoria. Made a nice impression.
I'm the last Gordon. Sounds like the last Mohican. What does that actually mean to me?
My son, you don't have to remain the last one. It's up to you whether it's the end of your lineage or a new start.
So, if I should decide to become a Catholic priest, then it would pretty much be the end.
You can still think about it. Your inheritance isn't just of a spiritual kind, it's also material. There's also the Black Mirror estate to manage. Presumably also the one in Wales. A huge responsibility, but also a huge gift.
And what about your church? It was built by Marcus Gordon, so it must belong to me now too?
The gift isn't that huge. Marcus Gordon built it, but he was also a loyal son of the church and always gave everything back that he got from it. Warm Hill Church belongs to itself, and, of course, the people here.
Father Frederick, I found a letter here, a very old letter. Please have a good look at it.
But it's from the Vatican. From Pope Innocent III himself. Do you know how valuable this is?
You mean if I auctioned it, I'd get a few bucks for it?
Yes, a few suitcases full. But I didn't mean the material worth. Pope Innocent is regarded as the most important pope of the Middle Ages. He called out the Fourth and Fifth Crusades and formulated the foundations of the pontificate, which is still used today. If this is an original letter from Pope Innocent, then it's a very extraordinary document. A dictum of trust from the Church to your family ancestors. You can be really proud of your family.
Wow, that's the first time I've heard that.
Until now, I always thought it was a rumor. But you've got it here in black and white. Your family has been personally chosen by the Pope to fulfill an important duty.
Sounds more like they were damned by it to me. It's quite obvious that this duty outgrew them pretty quickly.
We're all tested by God, and it's a challenge for every one of us. But only steadfast faith can lead us through the darkness to the light in the end.
Please have a closer look at the letter. It mentions a shade portal.
Yes, that's true. One big one and 5 small ones. But I've never heard about them before.
These 5 small ones probably mark the entrances that lead to the big one. The big one must be the shade portal that's described. Either way, I definitely think that one of the portals could be here under the church.
Under the church? But that's not... But no. That really could be possible. Samuel visited Marcus's grave back then, and what can I say? It collapsed. It's been inaccessible since then. I was very saddened by the incident, but if you think about it, that kind of thing can only collapse.
If there's a cavity underneath, bingo!
But doesn't it say in the letter that the entrances have been sealed, so that no one could ever reach the big portal? And that the Gordons must make sure that it stays that way.
Exactly. And I'm the last Gordon. After me, there's no one else to take care of it. That's why I've got to get rid of this whole thing for good. Thanks for the help.
May the Lord be with you.
The constable's convertible. Equipped with regulation light and repair kit. I'm sure Zach won't mind if I borrow his repair kit. There's a whole lot of nothing going on here. How does Murray make money with all this garbage? Oh, a donations box. For the bereaved, it says. Yeah, sure. And a camera, so Murray can see whether people donate from the comfort of his own home. Various pamphlets on the history of Uillow-Crig. The river diversion, the old academy, skeletal finds, excavations, the dangers of swamps, and so on. Nothing really interesting there. All of the pamphlets were put together by this Edward guy. He seems to be really interested in history and archaeology. Various pamphlets on the history of Uillow-Crig. The river. Nothing really interesting there. All of the pamphlets were put together. If they'd been available in a series back then, Samuel wouldn't have had to have bothered with all the murders. Hi, huh? The sign? Please don't talk to the staff. Oh, right. Strange guy. Probably not even a real cop. What does it say there? I love blood and kill me. And what's that? Take my soul. Are those plastic casts of Murray's ass, which he's selling as death masks? Those are the old things from the Museum of Local History. It used to be in here. I don't really know what to find more shocking. That Murray's made replicas of Dr. Herman's severed head, or that someone has bought one of them. Who the hell buys this crap? A big wooden chest with a padlock and a slot in the lid. There's a label on the front. Please donate for the bereaved of the brutally murdered dead. There is no way I'm gonna donate, even if Murray's watching with his camera. He'll understand. It's got Diary of a Murderer written on it, in bloody writing. Yeah, right. There was a mysterious black ball in this cabinet, until Angelina stole it in order to open a portal to Mordred. The chains and meat hooks are just for decoration, because they're so pretty. Dr. Heinz Herman's bone-sawing utensils. Murray's murder marketing certainly takes on a variety of forms. A replica of Miss Valley's burnt corpse? Ah, this really goes beyond the bounds of good taste. Couldn't someone sue Murray for such tastelessness? The lighthouse in miniature, hand-blown by Murray's arts and crafts group. The Gordon Chronicle was in here. The note says that it's been removed from the museum by request of the Gordon family. The pictures are of the murder scenes. This is the lighthouse where Miss Valley was killed. Well, compliments to Murray for coming up with the idea in the first place. Dr. Herman's death scene, director's cut, the endless version. If Herman hadn't been killed by Samuel, he probably would have been Murray's #1 goremeister by now. My father, Samuel Gordon, portrayed as a bloodthirsty murderer. I never met him, but somehow I can understand him now. That's Vic Valley. He was found dead in a stone circle 12 years ago. Hopefully, his sister never saw him here. That's the fence that William Gordon fell on from the window. And Samuel, too, a few weeks later. An old bureau. Why's that here? Was someone murdered on it? Or with it? That's the back of Blackmere Castle, the place where the gardener died 12 years ago. The picture's been used a lot by the newspapers and for postcards. The stone circle. That's where Vic, Miss Valley's little brother, was murdered. You can get that in poster format in the hotel. Wasting water like that wouldn't really be Murray's style. I guess it's rainwater that's pumped up again and again. An empty plastic bottle. It once contained still water. Finished. The bottle is now full of water, but I wouldn't drink it. Now that I live in the castle, I don't actually have to see Murray again. But I've still got the hotel key, and I'd love to rub the old crook's nose in it in person. Hello, Murray.
It's always a pleasure to see you, Mr. Gordon.
Mr. Gordon? Huh. So the fact that I'm the last descendant of the famous noble family hasn't escaped you.
Indeed. The whole village is talking of nothing else.
So you will also be aware that not only does the name belong to me, but also the entire Blackmere estate.
My warmest congratulations on your wonderful inheritance. And, naturally, my sincere condolences for the loss of your dear grandmother.
Great-grandmother. And you can keep your dumb pleasantries for your tourists, the last who come and stay with you. In fact, I'm thinking of turning the castle into a hotel. A veritable Gordon's Palace. Everything here you've stolen, even the name. I could sue you for that, Murray. Is that clear? And I think I might just do that.
I admit, Mr. Gordon, we may have had some little differences of opinion. But you won't forget, will you, that I have always helped you. It was I who got you out of jail, and it is also me you have to thank that you didn't freeze to death in the woods. As you were lying there, unconscious, I sent Phil to you and got him to bring you to the hotel. As a man of honor, are you going to repay that with a petty legal dispute?
Your so-called willingness to help is nothing more than a cynical maneuver. Someone has to put a stop to your game once and for all. Don't forget the photos from your cupboard that clearly prove you've been using blackmail to supplement your pocket money. You'd be finished if I made that public.
Mr. Gordon, I appeal to our friendship.
Friendship? You're nothing but a miserable parasite that gorges itself on the blood of its host.
I've been your host for too long. Not anymore. I'll make sure you won't find another poor sap you can bleed dry. I'll become your parasite. How long do you think you can hold out against me, you worm? Huh? And I'll look on you as you're destroyed and take delight in your pain.
And one day you'll also wake up in a cellar next to dead bodies. If you wake up at all.
Have a nice life.
I showed him. He who'll take care not to spoil my plans again. How easy it is. Just exert a little pressure, and the whole world buckles before you.
To whom could I next teach the meaning of fear? Tom, or maybe the tattooed fellow inmate, or the amusing old wench who always runs away when she sees me. These annoyances must be eliminated right away. I wonder why I haven't asserted myself before. To live by pure hatred.
Holy crap! That doesn't sound like me at all. More like what Victoria said about Mordred when he started to change. He didn't trust anyone and became more and more hostile. Damn. I've really got to pull myself together. According to my map, one of the portals could be down there. You're not allowed to swim in there. This is something like a missing poster. 2 boys disappeared here after taking a swim. It's suspected that they drowned, but their bodies were never found. A lovely place to get some deadly inspiration. What's Bobby doing there? Hey, Bobby, what are you doing there?
Hello, Darren. It's Denise's birthday today, but I haven't got a present.
And you want to catch her a fish?
No. I want to collect some mussels with pearls in them. I want to make a pretty pearl necklace for Denise. Yeah.
I see. Look, Bobby. Wouldn't that make a lovely present for Denise?
It's beautiful.
You can have it.
Thanks, Darren.
Not exactly the bridge of trust. Oh, great. I bet the portal's in the middle of the river. Ah! It's just a piece of flotsam with a raven sitting on it. Nothing unusual. There are 4 menhirs in the river. That could be a pointer to the portal. I can't get any closer. Those are the waders that Bobby had on. With a huge hole in them. Huh. Bobby must have ripped them when he rushed to take them off. Waders, like fishermen wear when they're up to their ass in the water. These have got a huge hole in them. I've borrowed a repair kit from the constable. I hope he doesn't need it back anytime soon. The repair kit is perfect, as if it was made to do this. Finished. That was once a window and a door. You can still see the sealant on it. Oh look, a fine piece of English workmanship. Right down to the missing bottom. Fits perfectly. Now the bucket has a glass bottom. Now I just need a clown's nose and some big shoes. They look exactly like the menhirs at the castle. I guess they mark something. Let's see. Damn, it gets deeper here. There's something down there. Something dark. I can't make it out exactly. Some diving goggles would be good. Or something so I can see underwater without having to dive. Interesting. And exactly what I thought. There are some steps leading into the bottom. Unfortunately, the river has flushed tons of gravel down the steps and blocked everything up. Almost the same problem as at the academy. I've checked out 3 places and have found no entrance. I'm not gonna find anything else here, so I can leave the waders here too. I'll leave the bucket here too, in case Bobby wants to look for presents again. Even if I know that there's a portal buried under all this rubble, I'd never get to it. No one would. Unless someone decides to build a subway here. Even if I know, unless someone decides to build... I've ruled out the ruins, the church, and the river. I hope we'll find something in the woods. If I trust my abilities as a cartographer, which I do, then there must be a portal along this path. Danger of death. Access to woods forbidden. Warning, hunting season. Traps and shotguns in use. Am I in the wrong film? Willow Wars? What's going on here? I'm not quite sure what I can use it for, but I'm sure I'll find something. A bear trap. It's called Mammoth. What the hell are they hunting here? Or the people here want to protect themselves from something. I don't actually want to know. If the map is correct, then you have to follow the trail here to the north to get to the place where one of the portals can be found. Quite swampy here. This must be the right place, though. No portal in sight. Oh, it must have sunk into the swamp a long time ago, so there's no chance of getting to it. Huh. That looks like an old metal detector. It's probably broken, but that kind of thing can be repaired. It's probably been lying in the swamp for a few months. The battery and the electronics are shot. The coil must still work. It's made of copper. I could repair it. I just need a new battery and something that you can use to receive electrical signals. There are lots of bones lying around here. Small animals. Birds, or squirrels. Ugh, no idea. There are lots of bones lying around here. The ground there is quite swampy. I should be careful where I tread. The ground there is quite swampy. I should be careful where I tread. The bridge goes halfway out into the swamp, then it sinks into the ground. I know the motor well enough. 100% garbage. Only the battery might be useful. Locked. Okay, I'll release the hood. Hey, here's another one of those glow stickers. I'll take it. I'll take the battery. It's not even bolted in. I can't really see much, but it smells as if there could be still gas in it. I can use the hose to suck the gas out of the tank. I have a can, too. Let's do it. The can is half full. That should be enough. A transistor radio, a device that can receive signals. I think this might prove useful. I'll replace the broken battery with the one from the car. Fortunately, both have the same voltage. If I replace the broken electronics with those from the radio and the antenna, here's the wire. Done it. If I've got the electronics right, then it should work. I'll pay Phil a social visit. He's been locked up down there for 3 days now. Whoa, jeez! Phil is dead. I can't tell how he died. Maybe it's my fault. Anyway, I locked him up and maybe he died from extreme hunger and thirst. But wait a second. I locked the cellar door when I left, and it was open when I came back. Someone must have been here in the meantime.